read this first. I've never read the instructions. Is required to remove the plastic components in this kit from their frame. Advise using a mold line scraping tool to clean up the parts. To assemble your model, you will need plastic glue. Games Workshop sells Citadel fine detail cutters, Citadel mold line remover, and Citadel plastic glue, but does not recommend these products for use by children under the age of 16 without adult supervision.
Sorry, buddy.
Shit, dude.
Your arm is
Bro,
pink.
I've told you this.
It's so pink. Okay, we're recording, so I mean we can start it however we want to. Oh, this is your phone. That's Kaylee. So I guess.
Why do you have my phone?
I was gonna say because we're using my phone to record.
Yeah.
We can take pictures, like close-up pictures, with your phone.
Sounds good.
Okay.
I still don't know why you had my phone.
Because I wanted your phone.
Bro, I already have my box cutters.
Where's your box? Okay, then go get your box cutters.
Wait, what? Why'd you take mine?
Oh, yes.
You got it.
So go to Kevin Bacon's Wikipedia page. We're
living in a dream, hear the banjo ring. Action figures and games with some silly names. Laughing all the same, joining our aim. Essential nerds, nerdy stuff bizarre.
hang on.
It's like a banana. You guys gonna like peel it?
Shine like a star.
What did you just say? Okay. Well, you can go ahead and start. Today we're building.
Hello.
Hi.
Welcome to the Warhammer Hour with Dick and Mick.
Dick and Mick. I'm Mick.
What the fuck? I asked for one thing in this world. You go ahead.
Okay, so Trey had purchased the Great Unclean One for Age of Sigmar, but we're using it for 40k or Warhammer 40k. I mean, yeah.
There isn't another box. There's not a war.
There's not another. Yeah. There's not another Great Unclean One or Rodigus. Whoever you choose to build, we're probably going to build Rodigus.
Not probably.
He's building Rodigus. So because he wants to build a Greater Demon army, and then I am using him for my Death Guard army as an ally.
And I am Trey.
He's Dick. So for right now, this is my model that I've been working on painting. It's Mortarion. I guess I'll just post a quick picture up there. We're working hard on him. He's not done yet. I have a lot more stuff that I want to do with him. So I don't know what you want to do. Do you want to build Rodigus together, or do you want to build Rodigus and I'll paint?
I think because I am not a painter in any sense of the word. I am the only reason I was able to convince myself to get into this was to build. So I'll build Rodigus. You focus on your painting smellers.
I'll paint my smelly guys.
You paint your smelly guys. I'll build the smelly guy.
That works. So Trey Warhammer.
Bro, don't even get me started on Warhammer.
Okay, so how did we get into Warhammer?
1 year ago, freaking two of our friends were into Warhammer. For a while, it was only just one. I had a friend that was really into Warhammer, but I never really wanted to get into it because I had no interest. And then another one of our newer friends got into it. And I was against it for a long time because we were playing Magic the Gathering already. We already had a thing.
We already had expensive hobbies. We were also playing D&D.
We were also playing D&D. That was starting to go by the wayside a little bit, but we were still playing it. And my thought process was like, there's no point in playing Warhammer 40k. And plus, I had no interest. And then I started to look more into the models, and I found out each of these models were worth like $200 each in some cases, and I was like, I'm not doing that. Too expensive. And so
Then I saw them playing, and my one friend came over. He played a little bit, and it actually looked fun. But at the same time, it was still like, so you're telling me in order to play this game, I have to spend like over $200 to buy an army, build the army. The biggest thing was paint the army for me because I hate painting, and then I have to learn how to play this very convoluted game. And the overwhelming answer was just yes. So I was very much against it until one day I was like, let me do just more research on it. Let me even see if there's an army that I like. I did more research. I watched some YouTube videos. I wasn't into the lore. Many people were like, oh, you pick an army based off of the lore you like. And I was like, I don't like any lore from this. So I looked into some Space Marines. I looked into some models that looked cool, that looked like they would play well. And I found the army faction Grey Knights. And so I was like, you know what? Let's just buy the small box. And then we'll go from there. So I bought
Oh.
So I bought the Grey Knights. The first person I showed, the only person I told for a long period of time was my friend Nick. He's the only one that I knew that had Grey Knights. And he made the transition much easier, because he told me he would paint them for me. And that was huge for me, the fact that he said he would paint them for me, because I will reiterate, hate painting.
I love painting.
I hate painting. The duality of man.
That's why we work.
So as soon as he basically told me he would paint the models for me, I basically said, you know what? Let's fucking do it. I'll learn the game. And I learned the game. And then one small combat patrol box of Grey Knights turned into a lot more Grey Knights, which then turned into Imperial Knights, which then turned into Thousand Suns. And now I'm building Rodigas because I think I might want to buy Greater Demons. And initially I started with, I'm never going to learn anything about the lore. I'll learn the basics because might as well, so I sound cool to other Warhammer people, and then I'll be done. And then I got into the lore.
And it's awesome.
So good.
It's so cool. Yeah.
And that's how I got into Warhammer. To my knowledge, you have a different story, but like we got into Warhammer about the same time.
I got into Warhammer a little after you, just because you guys were into it, and I was busy dealing with life stuff at the time.
You were wanting.
I wanted
get
to.
into it.
So I've always wanted to kind of get into Warhammer, only because like I've seen the models, and I used to love painting D&D models, and I'm going to school to be an art teacher. I love doing art. I love painting, and I just thought it would be a cool hobby to get into just for painting reasons. And then, our friend Nick was talking to us about the lore and how some of the stuff works, and I'm like, that is so cool.
I wasn't too into it the way he was. It wasn't that he was talking about it badly. It was just I wasn't into it.
Right, but
I would at least listen and like give my personal opinions on them.
the lore kind of hooked me, and I fell in love with orcs.
Correct.
And how they worked, and I'm like, oh man, if I were to play an army, I'd want to play orcs just because they're ridiculous and they seem fun. And like I just never had the money or the time to get into it, just because I had so much going on in my life at the time. And I basically just kind of, they were playing Warhammer, they had fun with it, and I was playing Magic, and I'm like, you know what, I'm probably never going to get into Warhammer. I heard it's expensive. I don't want to do it, you know.
Very expensive.
And, old me was pretty smart.
That's the way to live.
Um,
way to live. We all miss our pre Warhammer bank
days.
accounts.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, I was still really into Magic the Gathering, and that was taking a lot of my bank account as well. But, I think it was before Christmas time. Trey was like, I have a surprise for you.
It wasn't even Christmas time.
It was Was it before Christmas?
It was way before. I think it was in the summer.
Was it August? It might have
Yeah.
been August. It might have been the end of August. He goes, I have a surprise.
Because I had
for
no
you."
reason to give it to you. I was
You
just
really
bored.
didn't. I don't know why you did.
'Cause
But
I-
you sucked me because I wasn't gonna do it. You know, it's like crack. You know, it's like once you start, you can't stop. So
Me when
I
I
was
make a crack addicts out of all of us.
I knew that's what was gonna happen because that happened with Magic. Once I got into Magic, I just couldn't stop. Like I couldn't control myself, and it just like I'm not gonna buy it. So I'm not gonna play it. I'm not gonna buy it. I'm gonna stick with Magic, and I don't need it. And basically, I come to Trey's, and he's like, "I have a surprise for you," and he pulls out an
I
orc.
pulls out my pants.
He pulls down his pants and shows me his orc combat patrol, which is like basically like the starter kit to
Yeah.
any Warhammer army. And I was like, "Well,
I'm in.
I'm in." You know, like he was like, "You got to play it now because I bought this for you," and you look
You had to.
stupid.
You look so stupid, dude.
So I was like, all right. So I wasn't sure how I was gonna like building, but I loved it. It came down to like, man, this is exactly like Legos.
This is
with
just
extra
Lego.
steps.
Yeah, this is just adult Legos.
It really is. And like the thing with these is that we can use them after we're done. Like we can paint them after we're done building them, and then after we're done painting, or even before we're done painting, we can use the figures for a game
Yes.
like chess. You know, like I don't know.
It's like the way I was described it was it's 3 hobbies in one.
It really is.
It's the building hobby, it's a painting hobby, and it's a game. It ends up fully being a game. So it's like I think that's the biggest appeal for Warhammer is the fact that it's literally 3 hobbies in one. And the amount of time it takes to make an army from start to finish just to be able to play from is so much.
Time.
So if it's like you want time, if you have, here's the biggest promotion for Warhammer 40K I can give. If you have an ungodly amount of money and you have a lot of additional time that you just want to do something productive-ish,
Or you don't have a life,
or you don't have a life,
or a significant other,
or a significant, or nothing really,
or nothing really.
if you don't have any of those things and you have an infinite pool of money, Warhammer 40K is the thing for you, I'm telling you.
Henry Cavill is super into it, you know, like that handsome guy. If you know the way I thought about it is like, all right, if Henry Cavill, as handsome as he is into Warhammer, Warhammer might make me handsome too. And look at me, I have a kid.
You are very handsome. You are very handsome.
But yeah, so it just kind of like consumed us.
My mommy
almost.
calls me handsome all the time, so I must be doing something.
You got to be doing something right. But
Yeah. I don't think it necessarily has consumed me. I have spent more money than I wanted to
exactly.
on it, but I'm not fully consumed yet. I'm only building my 4th army. I mean, come on.
Only your 4th.
Only my 4th.
I'm still only on my 3rd. I only told myself 3 armies, and then I'm calling it.
Bro, that is not what happened. Top 10 things that did not happen.
That did happen. I'm only on my 3rd army.
Bro, you've been talking about building another army every single
Shut up.
day. Every time you
It
come
hasn't
in-
happened yet, so
Every
I'm telling
time you come
myself.
in, it's like I want to build like Space Wolves or something,
Space Wolves wouldn't be bad.
bro.
But it, I
Got
don't
the
know.
credit card.
Whips out my that I'm already in debt for.
You love that.
That's so much fun. But yeah, if you have a lot of time and you have a lot of money,
You're just looking
and
for something that's somewhat productive.
you
I
have
mean,
3 hobbies. If you have no hobbies, look into getting into Warhammer. Just because
that's 3 hobbies in one. baby.
exactly, like you can't go wrong with it. Honestly, I mean,
And like I said, for instance, I told I hate painting. So that was the main thing, which was because the main part of this whole hobby is to paint. There are people that, you know, are big painters. My friend Nick loves painting. He uses painting as his like relaxation time. So it just made sense to me. So I was able to basically pawn off that part of the hobby that I didn't like and continue forward with it.
right. I love all 3 parts of the hobby. I loved Legos when I was growing up.
I still love
I
Legos.
loved Bionicles. But I love painting, and I also love strategy games, and it is all three in one. Honestly,
This is correct. This is correctamundo.
it's super fun,
There we
and
go.
I was gonna say cool, but some people it's not very cool. It's very cool.
So
Look at this dude. Look, tell me he's not cool.
I think anyone could say that the models themselves are cool. I think they're more the people that are like the lore stupid and the game stupid.
The lore is awesome. Like the lore, like, I don't know how. I don't know how people just don't like the lore.
And yeah, for those of you that have been kind of watching me, I'm not a professional builder in any sense of the world, which is why I do like when these end up fully coming together. They're just nice. I think the other reason of why I fully got into Warhammer was because I was starting to get out of Magic. You know, for you that was saying, and you're still somewhat into Magic.
Yeah, I enjoy Magic.
But I don't want to say I fell out, because I haven't fallen off yet. I still play it with you guys whenever you want to play it, but I'm just not into it how I used to be.
Yeah, that's for sure.
It's just because of just some stuff that's happened, we haven't been able to play as much as I wanted to, and then because of just life stuff, I haven't been able to put in as much as I wanted to into Magic, so it just became more difficult to want to play every single day.
Oh, for sure. Like the reason why I like Magic is because I like the social aspect of the game.
Absolutely.
I like sitting down and having fun and playing, a game. Like
I mean, that was the biggest thing for me. So losing that for a while, just
oh my god. Yeah, I love just being able to sit down and just play a game and just have fun with it, and I also love other board games, and so when we get bored or tired of Magic, I would like to play like a different game or like a board game or something like but like with Warhammer,
it's so long you can't get bored of it.
Yeah, you honestly can't. Like I still have figures that I bought months ago that I still haven't put together.
Oh my god.
Like I'm just starting to catch up now.
I still have two things I still gotta build.
You gotta, yeah.
I got my other so I have 3 armies. I have Grey Knights, I have Imperial Knights, and I have Thousand Suns. And I have 3 Imperial Knight models that I have not built. And they're the difference between me getting a 2,000 point army for Imperial Knights. So,
Right.
I'm going to build them. I think I was going to build them a couple months ago, but then just I didn't get to it.
But that's the thing is you can always hop right back in when you really want to, or you find the time, and it's just doing that, finding the time is the tough thing for me.
Absolutely.
And like for you, you're working, you got 2 jobs. Like it's
I do not need this. My man has 2 jobs.
it's fun, you can sit down and just like escape and get away, or have your buddies over that also play Warhammer and
Do this.
like play it, or do this, or like we're hanging out now. We haven't hung out in a while, and it's just fun.
I've been trying to ignore him.
Yeah, he honestly has.
I've been trying to get away from him as much as I can.
He went to California.
I went to California. Everything he told me, I can't get away.
It's fun. It's fun.
So yeah, I haven't fully fallen out of Magic the Gathering yet, but because of me starting to fall out, I needed a new hobby. So this became, and all I will say is the hardest part about it is just the starting part, but if you have a good amount of friends that can tell you, it's pretty easy to get into.
Stupid idiot. Yeah, it's fairly easy to just fall into it.
The hardest part is just the game itself.
That and having the money to buy an army,
Well,
honestly. But if you have you have friends like
money.
if you have friends like me and Trey, we have a couple of armies, and we'll let someone, if they didn't have an army, play with it, or if they're getting tired of their army, we can let them play with it. Like it's not.
I don't have any friends that let me play with their armies.
You never asked.
I never wanted to.
How far are you on Rodriguez right now?
I am almost done with page 1.
Well, you're getting there.
Hang
So,
out with
so
me.
my
I know.
fiance, my fiance, she's not a fan of Warhammer. Like, she finds it interesting, like
She could have gone
concept wise,
Could have gone
and she
hates us.
she's glad that I have something else. But yeah, she just doesn't.
She doesn't get it.
She doesn't understand. She doesn't get
She
it.
doesn't understand me. You understand me, Mom. Me when my mother doesn't understand me. Sandpaper.
I don't have sandpaper. Why?
Son of a-
What'd you do?
No. It's just there's a small gap. The one thing I don't like about these sometimes is like. Here's the other thing: you need to have some tools before you can't just buy the model kit and start building. You have to have tools. You have to have these clippers. You have to have plastic glue. Another thing they suggest you have is like sandpaper type of thing.
Sandpaper.
It's called like mold.
X-Acto knives.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah, just to get rid of some like excess in it. But I didn't buy any of this. I think I've only bought a thing of plastic glue once, and then my friend my friend got me this. So sometimes it just doesn't look perfect. Ew, his toenails are clipped.
he's finally groomed. Yeah.
Yeah,
like,
well, that doesn't make sense. This guy's supposed to be the gross guy. Why the fuck does he have clipped toenails?
He just got a pedicure.
Yeah, fun hobby.
It's a great hobby. It like Trey said, if you're looking for something to just, if you're looking for a hobby,
If you feel like you really need a hobby, this is the hobby.
for sure.
Because it's 3 hobbies in one.
And there's also like local game stores that you can go ahead and
Playing.
and join the community. And most of the people that I've played with so far that are part of the Warhammer community are very accepting of new players, and they're not gatekeepers.
Yet.
Yeah, but they'll teach
Like
you
us.
don't ever play with us. But they'll teach you the rules, and they just want more people to play the game and get into the hobby that they love, and it's super cool. So what I'm doing right now is I'm dry brushing a lighter color onto a darker color and trying to bring out the highlights for that color.
I'm trying to build this fucking guy.
The stinky guy.
This poopy man. Oh, okay. I see. I'm seeing. For those of you professional Warhammer builders, painters, bear with me.
No, don't.
Please.
Rip on him.
Don't give me that hate
Make
comments.
make him delete YouTube again.
Dude, I delete YouTube every week now. They can't be that mean anymore.
Like, I have a buddy that just doesn't paint his models and just builds them and then plays the game. Like, you can pick and choose with what you want to do with the hobby.
That's just me.
Yeah, I mean, that is you. That is you, but you like...
I get them painted.
Right, you get them painted.
All right. And look at that. Oh wait. Now I gotta put this on here. So, oh, it's his foot. It's his feet.
His foot. It's all coming together.
His feet's coming together. Holy shit, that's actually kind of cool. That comes together. And also, there's so many different attributes to building and painting. There is no set rules.
Yeah.
I think it gets a little bit more strict if you like go into like the pro scene, like Las Vegas Open type of stuff.
Yeah, if
but
you're going competitive, but if you're not...
I don't even think really competitive is like I think only the Las Vegas thing is like the most competitive, and even their rules I think are just like
You need to have... I know you need to have 3 different colors for each model. Like,
yes,
or your army has to have 3 different colors in it.
and they have to be full out Warhammer models,
Right.
And they have to be made by GW.
Like, they can't be proxy.
They can't be proxies. They can't be printed models. They can't be kit bashes. It has to be well, actually, they could be kit bashes as long as the kit bash comes from a GW set.
Right. Look at him! Show the camera!
He's sitting. Actually, yeah, his little legs.
The little legs, they don't look little to me.
Page 2.
We're getting there.
Actually, he's not that actually much to build page wise. He's only like, I only have 3 more pages. Not even. I have. Oh no, I actually have longer. I have 5 more pages.
For all you painters out there, my favorite thing to do for painting is dry brushing. I don't know. To me, it just makes the model pop so much more and stand out. Like up close, it doesn't look like it does much, but then like you take it out and you're like, wow, that like brightened up a lot of the colors, or it really defined a lot of the small details.
All your builders out there, I like building. Plastic's pretty cool.
I wanna get an airbrush, only because I love how some of the stuff turns out with airbrushing, and you can do so much more details and I hear it's a little faster for if you're trying to just speed paint, but I don't have an extra like $300 laying around just for the kit.
Sell your kid.
I can sell my kid.
Is he making you any money?
No, he's sucking money.
Is he a fun hobby?
Well, yeah.
Oh.
So for what I like to do for priming, I essentially prime all my figures black. You can see these this plague bear right here. I use the Citadel spray Chaos Black. It comes on like a matte black. I lost my train of thought. It looks good. It's gets in all the crevices. And then for my Death Guard, I've been using Death Guard green, like a highlight color, and I come like above it with this paint and just kind of get the highlighting areas, and it makes it a little easier. And just because I'm gonna be painting most of them green anyway, kind of like this. You can see, kind of like that. And it kind of distinguishes my models from, Trey's other models, and it just helps.
So the reason that I'm building Rodicus is because I knew he played Death Guard, and I was getting into the thought process of I want to maybe play Chaos Demons, but I want to play all they have in the lore. There's like these different types of factions of demons, and there's these things called greater demons. I want to play an army just filled with them. But they're expensive. They're like $150, $130 for each model. So I'm like, I don't know if I have that much money to just splurge on them. But like everyone in our group plays one, and this got warped. That's the only thing I'm a little upset with.
Oh, it should be fine.
Yeah. But everyone in our game plays
one of the Chaos factions.
One of the Chaos factions. I play Thousand Sons.
I play Death Guard.
Our one friend, we call him Small Nick. He plays World Eaters, and then my other friend we call Big Nick. He plays even though they're not real yet, he plays Emperor's Children. So my hope is the only one I haven't convinced yet is him, Big Nick. But my hope is that I'm able to convince each of them to kind of split halvesies on me, so that I can play. So that I can just play each of the greater demons.
It makes sense. It's actually not a bad plan. Like, and you just split the costs. Pretty much 50-50.
So now instead of spending, it's 130. So there's 4 big ones. So instead of spending $520 to buy 4 models,
you spend $250.
I spend $250ish. Yeah. Okay, so now it's on its stand. So this I can't pick it up because it's still kind of trying to glue on.
Are you supposed to put on the stand right now?
Yeah. This is the bait. Oh, I forgot. A hand. Hang on.
Hold on. Trey had to go take a phone call. So it's just me and you here. So between me and you, Trey's stinky. And he's bad at Warhammer. He was also bad at Magic, so that's why he quit. And we're back!
14.
Number 14.
Burger King foot letters.
Last thing you want on your Burger King burger is someone's foot fungus. Turns out that's exactly what you get.
What is the last thing you'd ever want on a Burger King foot?
Burger King foot.
Bro, I took a nap today. Give me a break.
I wish I could ever take a nap.
Bro, this is your fault. Don't complain.
I'm complaining.
What I like about these bigger models is they use all the components usually.
Oh, yeah.
For at least a single sheet. So it makes things a lot easier where it's like how I want to build it is just on a single sheet and I don't have to look too far in, but
Yeah, there's a lot of kits that come with extra.
multiples. Like the combat patrols are somewhat hellish because you have to look through multiples.
Right.
But
I mean, if you're looking to like build models on your own or like kit bash or use them, they're really cool.
another option that I'm always fine with is maybe if you want to like actually play the game legally, but a lot of people will also just print models.
Oh yeah.
A lot of these, I don't know if it's necessarily legal. I think it's okay, but what a lot of people will do is a lot of these blueprints are on things like Etsy and like model sites, so you can just download the files, and if you have a 3D printer or a way to at least access one, you can just,
Have
print
your
out a
friend print
model
one or
for the fraction of the price.
Yeah, for sure. But like if you're looking to get into this hobby to 3D print and use them, it's just
It's
about
it's
the
more
same.
boring. Yeah, I think the only reason why it kind of sucks for 3D printing is the fact that you lose the sense of building. You can still paint, you can still do all that, but you lose the sense of the build, which kind of sucks. Okay, so this is the body
Show the camera.
This is the body
because we're far away.
of this greater demon. So, what's cool about GW is it's also kind of, I don't want to say sucky, but it's kind of cool. So it's like there's 3 different models I can build from this. There's actually 2 different types of models, 3 different ways I can build this. So I can either turn what the contents of this box into a demon known as the Great Unclean One, which is kind of like a general term for the greater demons within this army, or I can turn this into a specifically named demon named Rodigus. Now I'm gonna make this guy into Rodigus because for my future demon army, I want to have him in it, and that's where I'm gonna go with this. But it's like it still follows the same shape. This is just the build for just a basic demon of anything. But now I can make the choice to either build, if you look at the instructions, I can either build one of these 2 types of greater demons, or I can build Rodigus. And it tells you exactly in these instructions how to do either one and where to put different things. So I'm going to be skipping through here. I'm going to be going to page 3, to step 3 in this, and I'm going to actually start building Rodigus.
For our friend group, like we're not going by like like official rules, because it's not, we're not no tournament, so basically I'm going to be using Rodigus as a Great Unclean One for my army.
Correct.
Just because I want to use the Great Unclean One more. They have this ability or weapon that allows them to essentially resurrect a certain unit, and I have that unit in my army, and I needed a Great Unclean One in order to kind of use it. So that's why me and Trey decided to split a Great Unclean One, just because
you initially had a great. Technically, you had a Great Unclean One, but it was printed and it is far smaller.
It's a lot smaller than a Great Unclean One.
Do you actually have it with you? Because once we're done, I like to compare. I know. Don't take it right. Okay. That way we get. Since we have the base kind of done, it'll just more be funny to see like the actual difference in size, because that's also the
flatter base.
I already put it on the base. Nah, I'm fine. It'll be fine. Oh, you just had the base for
Yeah,
it?
because I bought it for this, because I knew this one didn't come with a base. See?
Bro, where did you tell me? Hang on, let me put it on the base first.
Oh yeah, he is way smaller. So basically, I had my friend print this out, and then
Which was still nice. Like it's still a nice looking model. And
right,
you didn't
it's
have to
super nice. But
it's just the fact that he messed up with scaling wise.
right. So I
Did
can't.
he do it? Did he mess up twice?
Yes, he did, because I had another one printed out.
So,
But I'm gonna be using this because this is technically, I guess, the size of a
Demon Prince.
Demon Prince. So I'm gonna use this as a Death Guard Demon Prince instead of a Great Unclean
So
one.
I can't lift him up yet because he's still going, but this is the difference in size. It's not hugely different, but, it's noticeable.
Size in Warhammer size does matter.
The Warhammer size doesn't matter. Look at the freaking base for it.
Right.
It's just, oh my gosh. I mean, he feels cool. I actually like the texture. I actually like the material that he
He's
used.
a little nutsack.
He does have a little nutsack. I don't have a nutsack. This is actually quite unsettling.
More
to me.
accurate.
I'm actually upset. I wanted a nutsack.
But so I'm gonna be using this as a Greater Demon instead of a Great Unclean one because of the size.
It's about right size wise. And then you'll use this one as just a greater demon.
Because when it comes to line of sight, it does matter, and if you like a unit is gonna be hitting something else, so I am gonna be using, this one is a greater demon. I mean a demon prince. I didn't realize there's skull. This model is so cool.
I love this. That's the other thing that can be a problem with 3D printing is that as much as I hate GW sometimes for how much money these things cost, they are at least loving enough to put so much detail in their models. So it's it's going to be hard to see on the camera. I'll do a full picture of it once it's fully done. But the amount of detail that does actually go into these models isn't absurd to me.
Right. Like there's so much detail in this Mortarion model that I'm doing.
So much detail in all. Maybe if we have enough time after I'm done building this, we'll do like a showcase of all our models.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So here's the other thing with the games. So me and everyone in our group are still fairly new to the game. You know, we still make mistakes in the game. We actually have a friend that's been playing for years now, and I actually like that he comes. He's not coming tonight, sorry.
What?
Yeah, he's actually sick, so he's not going to be able to come.
Did the Lyme disease get him?
We don't know if it's the Lyme disease yet, but I'm thinking it's the Lyme disease.
Damn.
But these games can take up so much time. Like, I don't think we've actually finished a full 2,000 point game.
No, we
yet.
have not finished a full 2,000 point game. Either we've had to end because, we have jobs and work and lives. So we can't sit around and play this game until, midnight, as much as I really want to. But they're so time consuming. Like,
it's super fun. Do not get me wrong.
no, I never get sick of it either. It's super fun, but it's like we can finish a Magic game, like
Depending.
depending on like how much. Like we figured, no, nothing can be like longer than Magic. This game takes up so much time. The longest
Our longest Magic game takes as much time as our average Warhammer game.
That's very true. I played a Warhammer game. It took almost 5 hours to complete, and I think it might have been a 3,000 point game.
That'd be a lot. I can understand that then.
But yeah,
they're long games.
Very
So
long.
this is if you're going to get into this as a hobby and especially play the game, the main reason it takes so long is because there's so much to the game. I have also learned how to play the game very fast, and I can only do that with a certain few people. I've basically made an army that has so few models, and I've done a 2,000. I think I've done a 1,000 point game in like 20 minutes before.
That's pretty impressive.
It's because I'll show my models. I have 2 Imperial Knight models, which are 2 big mechs, and they're just the 2 of them are worth 1,000 points. And I made Nick use his Angron and his Corn Lord of Skulls, so it was literally a 2 model v2 model.
Oh my god.
It was so fun, actually. It literally, the game ended after round 2.
That's crazy.
Well, because we knew it was gonna happen. It was just gonna be a slugfest. There was no point in doing. We didn't even do objective markers. We just did Total War. We just let's see what happens.
Well, there's no point to doing that. Like doing the objective markers
Yeah,
at
because
that
we're just
point.
gonna kill each other. I actually also have Legos I need to build.
You do have Legos. We both have Lego. We have also bought a Lego set like 3 years ago to do a video kind of like this where we just build Legos and
Oh
talk.
my god, I still have that.
Yeah, yeah. I also still have that. Bless you.
He's looking pretty dapper, if I may say so myself.
And then
So now I just gotta get his right arm on.
And then I gotta give him his little demon.
No, he gets the squash guy. He squashes the guy.
Does he?
It's where his nutsack would be. This is always the scary part because as soon as you
Yeah. So there are some times where GW, when they're doing their what do you call it? Their plastic kits.
I found it. Thank God. We're good.
Sometimes they misprint the number next to the actual piece.
Or the more worse one, they'll give you old instructions with new pieces.
Yeah.
Isn't that what the wasn't that what the Stampa was?
No, they gave me just the whole old kit itself.
Oh, that's just horrible.
Yeah, and the old kits, they used to just not have numbers next to the pieces. They just show you where the pieces are supposed to
The
go.
guessing game.
But there's also like almost 100 pieces for the one thing. And there was over 100. There was like 130 pieces for that one thing that I have. And it was a nightmare. I will never build one again. I hated it.
Maybe I already have your Christmas present of another stomp already.
I would have to build it.
I would
have to.
just like how I gave you orcs, it's like you would have to build another one.
You see, even his fingernails, fairly clipped.
This guy is more like the Great Clean One, if you know what I'm talking about.
Can I make that a model? Can we please make the Great Clean One?
I think there is a Great Cleaned One.
What do you mean is it?
I think, honestly,
Me
you
when I
gotta
have
look
to-
it up.
God night.
Is it a thing?
No. I just saw this picture and I love it. He's so naked.
He's so clean.
Me with the Great Clean One.
Some of the kits say, "Oh, no glue required." You need something to keep it together, just because it
Okay,
will fall apart if you bump it. Or
Help me out here. I don't know what I'm missing. So it just tells me that piece goes there. But I don't know what that piece is.
Oh,
I'm
what's
looking.
left?
I'm looking. Okay, we got this whole sheet. This is for regular Great Unclean One. Oh!
Oh, there it is.
There it is. There it does
You
not tell
answered
me
your
that.
question. You answered your
It
question.
does not tell me that. It does not have to put that on. Alrighty. And with that, that is Eroticus. I'll take a picture and send it to you. But yeah, here he is. What do you
There
think?
it is.
We have to paint him now.
He's stinky. I can't wait to paint him, honestly. He looks really cool to paint.
So just to once again reiterate, this was
supposed to be a great
supposed to be a Great Unclean One. So it was supposed to be same size, but he accidentally got the dimensions wrong. And then this is an actual Great Unclean One, specifically Rodicus. So it's not like a huge big, but it's like a significant bigger size.
Right.
It's actually very cool.
Very cool. And then so far, I haven't really changed much. Been doing a lot of the little details while we've been sitting here. But here's Mortarion. I want to get the wings done, but I want to get all the little stuff first done before we get into it. But yeah. So, I mean, there's a model. We've talked a lot, and we hope you enjoyed it. I'll probably cut this down to, 40 minutes?
10 minutes.
10 minutes? 10 minutes? I don't know. It was fun. If you want to see more stuff like this, just...
Let me know. Let me know.
Text Trey. Just let him know. If you like this video, go ahead, like it.
Subscribe.
Subscribe. If
We're at 90 subscribers.
we are almost to 100. You know what happens when we get to 100? No clue.
Let's look back at the videos. You still have to do the panda.
I still have to do the panda challenge.
Damn it, I knew we fucking forgot something this year.
Bye-bye.
Goes into the gray of my shirt. Always did it.
Fades out.